Okay, we're back. This is Attorney Vince Davis. This is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and Win. Right now, I have a special guest on the line. Her name is Jennifer Ani. She's a very experienced juvenile dependency attorney. She's more experienced than I am. She's been around years and years, mainly in Northern California, Central California. But recently, Jennifer joined my firm, and we are working together on cases. Hey, Jen, how are you?
Good. How are you this evening? Thanks
Good.
for having me on.
Oh, great. Thanks for calling in. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I have been a lawyer for over 25 years. I don't feel that old, but I started young, I guess, and a dependency law specialist now since 2015, working specifically in juvenile dependency since 2006 or 7. And I've taken cases from all the way from detention through writ appeals and everywhere in between on every type of topic that you can imagine.
Tell us what counties you've appeared in California.
I think it's easier to tell you the ones I haven't been into. Okay. I haven't been in Modoc. I haven't been in Glen, and I haven't been in Lassen. I think I've been in just about every other county, believe it or not, over the years.
Is Lassen that county that's right below Oregon, like right above Shasta?
Modoc is that county.
Oh,
Modoc is right on the border.
Okay.
Lassen is up there. Lassen is Trinity County. I've been in Shasta County, but Lassen is the one over from that, I believe.
Well, we just got a case in Modoc.
Oh, no, you did not. I guess I'll go to Modoc.
So you have a special designation, which I do not have. And after your name, after the word attorney at law, it says what does it say? CWLS? What's that
designation? For Child Welfare Law Specialist. And that is conferred upon qualified applicants after exam by the National Association of Counsel for Children as administered through the American Bar Association. So it's a nationwide specialty as opposed to lawyer specialists in California are limited only to California. This one is actually nationwide, and it just designates those people who have really dedicated their careers to studying and learning this area of law, and I'm proud to have that specialty.
Do you know how many of those are nationwide or in California have that designation?
When I first obtained it, literally handfuls. Now, luckily, due to some marketing by NACC to get more of us in there, it's expanded, and mostly in the role of county counsel and parents counsel for the state. There was a push to get more people enrolled. I don't know the numbers right now, but you can go to nacc.org and find those numbers. And there is a list of specialists by state and by county. Not many, though. I think in Los Angeles, I can look it up while we talk. I'll find out what it is.
I only know maybe 3 or 4 people who have that designation, and you're one of them. Not very many practitioners like myself have that designation. So it's really, a very highly specialized and quite an honor to have that designation.
Well, thank you. Well, I think that's a reflection of the fact that this area of law, one does not learn in law school. There are few schools with courses in juvenile dependency, and even more rare when you are finished law school to find a practitioner to mentor you. I was fortunate enough to have Kelly Ryder and Jan Sherwood as mentors. They're specialists, but just excellent attorneys, and that's really what I wouldn't be where I am in my practice without them, for sure.
So Jan Sherwood was your mentor?
She was Kelly Ryder's mentor, and as vicariously, I was able to access her the first 2 years I was practicing this area of law, yes.
So for those in the audience that are listening, Jan Sherwood is one of the top, how should I say it, gurus in this area of law in the state of California. And whenever I can, she gives a annual MCLE course for attorneys on, brushing up on the law in California on juvenile dependency law. And I try to take her course every year or two. I mean, she's a great great woman, and she's very knowledgeable in this area of law.
Yes, and she also provides a dependency 101 course through AdvoKids, which I know there's a Los Angeles branch. There's also a branch in Northern California from the county that I was in. She's in Corte Madera there, but AdvoKids website also has a ton of great information for parents, foster parents, guardians. It's very informational. In fact, I was there today looking at information for one of my tasks I need to finish. So it's a great organization as well. It's dedicated to foster kids, actually.
What's their website? Give the audience the website so they can go check it out.
So it is www.advokids. I'm going to guess org. I'm going to check that. Yes, advokids.org.
Okay. And I've been to their website many times over the years, and they have some excellent information there as well. Any horror stories that you can tell us about dealing with CPS, either recently or in your past?
Where do I start? Unfortunately, there seemed to be an inordinate amount of horror stories in this area of law because, of course, you're dealing with children and the parent-child relationship, which is fundamental. And there are supposed to be rules, and when CPS gets involved, they're supposed to reunify the family and strengthen the family. That's the primary goal. But unfortunately, and certainly I've seen it in Southern California a great deal in this short period, it doesn't seem to be on the forefront of social workers' minds. And it seems that separating based upon an assumed risk is the norm. So they shoot first and ask questions later. It's supposed to be the other way around. The family is supposed to be protected. And it's a tough area of law. I certainly, which area of law would you like me to give an example from?
Tell me one that you thought was also a violation of the parent or parent's civil rights.
Okay, so one fresh from this week. The client is in, can I mention the county or no?
Just say Southern California.
Okay, the client is in Southern California and is young. She's a young mother, married happily. They're both working professionals. She had a baby by C-section, and it was a second C-section, so it was a planned C-section. Her baby was born perfectly, but a vacuum was used. At 2 weeks, the umbilical cord looked swollen to her, so she took the baby to the hospital. And she was also worried the left side of the baby seemed lethargic. She was assured there was nothing wrong. She was a new mother, overly concerned, go on home. 2 weeks later, the baby's 4 weeks old. She still sees that there's a problem. So she goes to a different hospital known for being a children's hospital in Southern California. And they take the baby and they take an x-ray and they note a fracture of the clavicle. Immediately, CPS comes in and removes not just that child, but also her 13-month-old child, really without any explanation to it other than your baby has broken bones. Of course, as a mom or a dad, any parent, you're going to be very concerned, well, can you tell me more, right? What's happening? And they gave her no information. She was labeled, in her terms, basically a criminal. 192 days passed before we got the case. There was no report for jurisdiction as required by law. There was no report for detention as required by law. The petition itself was very light and contained conclusions, not facts. Yet the social worker had already told her her case would be bypassed, meaning she would not be receiving reunification services despite no history with CPS, no substance abuse, no domestic violence, nothing other than the fact that she was worried about her baby's health and took it to the hospital where they decided that she had physically abused the child.
Wait, hold on, Jennifer. Jennifer, hold on. Are you telling me that in 192 days, there wasn't a detention report, there wasn't a jurisdictional dispositional report?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, hold on a second. I want you to stop the story now. My engineer is telling me we've got to take a break. Hold that thought. We'll be back and finish that story and take more calls and questions. This is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and Win.
You're listening to